What do you need if you want to sew a vinyl window onto a grow tent? Well, first you need the vinyl. This, for those of you that happen to be local to me in Ontario, Canada, is from JT's Outdoor Fabrics. I get the 20 gauge clear vinyl. It's a great price. The shipping is a little expensive, but it still works out to being a lot less than if I were to get it from a fabric store. You're going to need a needle. Gonna need scissors, and you're gonna need string. I use braided fishing line. I was told to use heavy fishing line in the Intense Reptiles Facebook page, and I got braided because it just happened to be the heaviest that I found. But now that I've used it, I would recommend braided fishing line because it's not sharp the way that other fishing line would be. Like, even just regularly sewing, my skin gets kind of rough, so I really appreciate that this isn't sharp, you know, so I can work with it a lot more easily. Okay, future me, here to interrupt past me, you also need safety pins. I use this needle here. It's a braided or curved. It's a curved mattress needle. It says on the package. I don't know. It's nice and thick and it's got a curve to it. The curve is really useful. Just in this particular instance. All right, let's cut some vinyl. Get this package open. Oh, needle flying. I'll probably give this to my boa. It's a little stinky. I'll leave it for a day or two to not stink. I got 2 yards. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're back. This is the part where I'm back from time traveling earlier when I went to tell you about the safety pins. This is not a how to time travel video though, so I can't elaborate on how that happened. Alright, take your safety pins, you pin up the top. The first one was super loose and isn't really doing a good job of holding it in place, but it was the first one and I just needed to get it firmed up a little, so hopefully I can figure something else a little better out. I'm bad at safety pin physics. Hang on. Twice. Push it through, push it back out, and that holds it in place. Be very careful with your thumbs. Be very careful with your thumbs. Take it slow. Don't push it fast. Here's the needle. I cut some thread. It's definitely not long enough to really accomplish anything, but the first one especially, it doesn't need to be too long. I just want to start it, get it in place. So I cut the thread that I needed and I threaded it through this. Thankfully, being a big needle, it's a pretty big hole. It wasn't too bad for me. Okay, I've decided to start in this top left corner and I'm doing the thing on the outside, even though it would look nicer if I did it from the inside because of the knot that I tied. I didn't even tell you about tying a knot at the end. Tie a knot at the end. Keep tying it in the same way so you get a nice big knot. Cut off the extra. That's what's going to keep it from going through. Anyway, pull the needle through. And it's on. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on it yet. It's going to be a lot stronger once it's had a few threads, so I'm just going to keep it moving. It's not going to be perfectly flat unless you do it on the ground before you have it on the frame and you bobby pin it all down. Then it can be perfectly flat. What I'm doing here, tent already built, 3 bobby pins haphazardly placed up top, this is going to result in something that is not perfect. Okay, so for this part I'm adding pressure to it so I can get the vinyl straighter, and then going from there. Okay, I still have some string left, but I'm going to call it here because I really want to get started on the top and make sure that gets done and well before I get too far along. Okay, I'm going to tie this off. You want to tie it, make a big loop, and the loop, the part where the strings touch and the strings pulling through is down, and you hold your thumb, and that's how you make a knot that's right close to the string. I'm going to get a longer piece now, a bit longer than the top up here. It does not have to be an exact science. The longer the thread is, the more likely it is that it will knot up on you and cause you problems. So starting with shorter is better when you aren't too experienced with sewing. Thankfully this is fishing line, so it's not nearly as finicky as string. So you don't have to be too cautious about it. It's just something to keep in mind. Needle, thread, threading the needle. Okay, pulling it through this much, that's good and long. I kind of fold it there, so it's got a little fold in it. Okay. Now we go to the end. We tie a knot. Oh, that was a little close to the end. It's going to be hard to repeat that one. Oh, but that's where my second knot kind of landed. So you just got to try to do the knot over and over in the same place. This also takes a little bit of practice, but worst case scenario, you keep making knots. Eventually those knots will all land on top of each other and you'll have one great big knot. Okay, that one's pretty short at the end, so I'm not going to cut it. Usually I would cut the excess at the end. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start over in this corner and work my way along the top. The top is the worst part because all of this you can thread in and out and it's open, but this part is not. This is tedious. This is the tedious part of the tedious task. Okay, I've been at this for 45 minutes now. I am going to take a break and put Eddie back home just because I don't want to stress him out too much. Okay, sorry, I've been having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if this part of the video got recorded. Earlier, while this was still open, I shoved the scissors through and cut a small hole so that I had something to work with once I was finished. It's also plenty easy to separate and pinch them out and get the inside layer like that, but I figured I'd do this for myself. Here's the messy part. as promised, because I did it hanging, it is not quite perfect, but it will still shut, I think. I'm just gonna finish here and test that it shuts before I cut the whole thing. Shuts. Okay, I'm going to take the excess on the outside. Right up to this little green line so that I can hot glue it in later. Okay, the outside is cut. Ta-da! Okay, that was it. Eddie's window is officially on. Da-da-da! Here's the seams. That's how to sew a vinyl window onto a grow tent. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to help. This mess. Ow! Fuck!
Crack your head?
Oh, so hard. Fuck. Holy fuck, that shelf is sturdy. Oh, holy shit. Oh my god. I died. I died. I'm dead. It's my ghost talking.
Dear, that's so romantic.
I hate everything so much. It's bullshit. Fucking have no concept of my own fucking space. Holy fuck.